Good morning. It's day, I don't even know anymore.
Day wonderful.
Yes.
Day dun 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 dun.
We're gonna go to Hollywood Studios.
Dun, 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 dun,
How
was your sheep and mint yesterday?
My sheep and mint were excellent. Yeah, we're going to Hollywood Studios. And we're gonna ride a Star Wars ride or two.
We don't have
as well as other things. Upon arriving at the most magical place on Earth, we went straight to Star Wars Land, where most of us had never been before. And boy were we lucky, because the Rise of the Resistance had just opened and there was no line, so we walked right on.
Has infiltrated a First Order Star Destroyer that is now headed to this system. Your outpost on Batu is no longer safe.
Was awesome. After getting off the ride, we continued exploring Star Wars Land, which is themed like Mos Eisley, seeing things like the Millennium Falcon, Rey, Kylo Ren, and even in presentation, which was pretty neat.
Did you find what you were looking for, sir?
You said you deployed patrol units, Lieutenant.
Yes, I did. Well, there's...
I ask because because I didn't see them. I want stormtroopers crawling this outpost.
We then walked under an AT-AT before heading over to Muppet Theater to watch the Muppet Vision in 3D one last time. It was then time for lunch, so we grabbed a quick bite behind the Indiana Jones show before actually going to the show ourselves.
Indian Marion, ready? Great. Camera's ready. Camera 17 ready. Pilot 7. All right, please. Fine. Roll cameras. Rolling. Speed.
Alpha 16-3 Charlie, does it play? Take one more.
Play it. Action.
After the show, we made our way over to the other end of Hollywood Studios so that Dad and Aunt Kim could ride the Tower of Terror before they dragged me onto Rock and Roller Coaster before it also gets rethemed. It was then time for dinner, so we headed back towards the center of the park to get a meal at Prime Time Cafe, a 50s Your Mom's Kitchen themed restaurant. I got a salad and a milkshake, which all things considered were pretty good. After that, it was time to call it a day, so we did some last-minute shopping as all the lights came on before heading back to the hotel. Good morning. It is Thursday, so day 5, I think. I don't even know. We're going to Universal today. Gonna go see some dragons, fight some aliens, drink butterbeer. That's the plan. Universal Studios, somewhere else I had not been, and while it is a completely different vibe than Disney, it was a lot of fun. We started our adventures by doing a minion laser shooter thing, which was pretty fun, before wandering over to NBC Studios to take a wild ride through New York City with Jimmy Fallon. Next, it was on to the Transformers ride, which is also pretty sick. We then headed to a different area of the park to go to Harry Potter Land, which was pretty cool, especially because I just watched all the movies before this trip, so I knew what was going on. After watching the dragon go off, we went to ride the Gringotts ride, which was by far the longest line we stood in this entire trip. After Gringotts, it was time for arguably the most exciting thing, trying butterbeer for the first time.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
We then made our way to the far side of the park to ride a couple more rides like the Men in Black Laser Shooter and the Simpsons Krusty Land ride before leaving the park to go to dinner in City Walk at the Chocolate Emporium, a really cool steampunk themed restaurant. The food was delicious, and they even had wandering entertainment. We then rushed back into the park to catch the Mardi Gras parade and lots of beads before calling it a day. Good morning. It is day 6. Second to last, which is sad.
Boo!
Boo!
But we're gonna go to the seashore and
Valiant
an air
Air
museum
Command.
and look at some planes
Touch them.
and touch some planes
Touch the plane.
because planes are cool.
Touch the plane.
First up was seeing and touching planes at Valiant Air Command. After looking at a couple model airplanes in a room with lots of photos and uniforms and things, we went into the hangars to see and touch some awesome planes. It was really neat being able to get right up close to the planes and being able to touch them if you wanted. I think my favorite was the Blue Angel they had sitting outside that we walked right up to. That was awesome. There were a lot of really neat planes and helicopters, and we even got to watch a guy taxi a plane around for a bit before we continued on our journey to the national seashore. We made a quick stop at this little lookout area where we could see the vehicle assembly building before continuing on to Canaveral National Seashore. After looking for alligators, we stopped at the beach real quick before going to a manatee viewing deck to see some manatees, my first time ever seeing one. And then we went to the Apollo Beach Visitors Center to get some stamps and saw some pretty painted rocks before heading back towards home. Seeing a lighthouse on the way, and getting dinner at El Patron, a Mexican restaurant just around the corner from our hotel. We finished the day by getting shakes from Steak and Shake.
It is the last day of vacation. We're gonna go look at some manatees.
Got forks and probably spoons.
And hang out.
That should work.
And drive for 6 million years.
Use your fingers.
And that's gonna be the final day. So let's go.
That's right, it was the last day, but we weren't going to let that stop us. After driving for forever, we finally arrived at a power plant of sorts, where they've set up a manatee viewing area, where we saw quite a few manatees, and even some sharks. We then went over to their turtle rehabilitation center to see a bunch of sea turtles, which was awesome. Before driving some more to end the day and/or trip with our last meal at Pinchers.